Yo, what is up, guys? What is poppin'? Sorry. We are back with the NPL week 3 this time. The last of our first round of divisional matchups. This is my boy MelonTosh, friend of mine, one of the friendliest guys I know in the format for sure. Doesn't have much of an ego, so there's not like no drama with him. He's like super friendly and a very chill dude and a very solid player and content creator as well. So definitely a super tough matchup because like MelonTosh is good, but also because our team matchup isn't that amazing versus him. After week 2, I dropped Shaman and Seismitoad for Tapu Bulu and Regirock, partly because of this matchup. But I see no Regirock here, so just want to give him something to prep for. But the team I built is pretty hot. I would say like it's still like in my opinion a super tough matchup because my team bar Regirock does not have any countermeasures to Tornado's T. Like I got some soft checks, but that's pretty much it. I had to design the team in a way where everything lived a hit or two, and where like pressured it a lot with like rocks and toxic damage or something like that, or just like by attacking it whenever possible. So the team pretty much was built around how to not lose to Tornadoes, which is also his Z captain, as well as Layla Zam. Mega Alakazam in Psychic Terrain is nuts, but oh sorry, but thanks to Bulu, I got like a better way of dealing with those two mons. Mammoth one is also a bitch. Adamant Life of 2 Chaos Scissor, even though I Mega Scissor and like Impish, but like after rocks it does obviously, but it's pretty tough to deal with as well. But overall, the team I built is cool. Got nice protect lefties, toxic, rocks, Bronzong, um, especially defensive. Like Bronzong is max def as well for Lele and Zam. Max def pretty much Bulu with toxic, leech seed, synthesis, protect, and horn leech, which as you see, he didn't bring a leech seed resist. His grass type was Rotomao, which Bulu walls, and his other like grass resist or immunity was Miltank, which kind of had like an ability syndrome versus me because either it gets fucked by Volt because can't run what's it called can't run Thick Fat, or it's like abused by Bulu because it can't run Sapsipper. So that was cool. We got a nice Protect Karma and Lele here, Finny here. I'm running Protect on a lot of stuff because I want to see if he wants to lock himself into some attacks with like Lele or Keldeo, which I expect to be Scarf on this bring. Yes, it could be an AV Taunt for Volt, but I figure that Spadef, Mandibus, and Scarf Keldeo really free up Taunt to be an offensive variant with like a Z Hurricane, and they check Volcarona fairly well if I'm a Quiver Dance variant. So I didn't really expect Taunt to be AV, but obviously something I got a scout for. But Finny, absolutely amazing in this matchup. If you look at it, like no resist to the dual steps or like no resist to fairy even, so I can pretty much spam Moonblast. And if I get to +1 or +2, this thing can just win. I don't have much speed on it, I think, which is kind of annoying because Mammoth 1 can fuck me if I get to like 60 or 55%, because then Adamant Life Orb, Speedy Mammo can just fuck my tits up, but yeah, I gotta be mindful of that. I can always Intimidate Shuffle with Lando. I'm a dual dance Lando with Z Stone Edge this time. Don't expect it to do much versus his bring because it can't set up on much besides Mandibus, and if Mandibus has foul play, I can't set up on that either. So maybe like I can use this only as like Intimidate Shuffle or Mamoswine, and then like trying to get a kill with the Z Edge because no rock resist bar Keldeo. I don't think Keldeo goes in hard on a potential EQ or Z Fly from Lando. Volcarona is Scarf this time with Utes and Giga Drain and like dual step. It's Swarm, so like if I get to less than 25%, I actually 2 KO his entire team after rocks. Offensive Tornadoes can't take two Swarm Bug Buzzes from Modest Walk, so that's kind of cool. Same with same with the Manibus, and I think like Keldeo choose 2, but with Keldeo I just can go hard into one of my Tapu, so it's not a big deal. Mega Sis, as I said, mostly Fizz Def, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Roost, and Defog. I don't want rocks up with like around, but his only rocker is Melon. It doesn't get up rocks on much because like if he comes in on Lando, you know I'm clicking that Z edge to get some chip versus this monster because my switches are really limited because I have to run Spadef, Bronzong. Life of Knockoff actually does like 90% to it, so yeah, lead matchup wise, I'm kind of in a tough spot. I kind of want to cover every possible lead, but his possible leads are pretty much 6 different mods. He could lead very well with either of these 6, so I decided to lead off with Bronzong here because it's like a decent answer to Torn. It's an answer to the Psychics. It can like Gyro Ball the Memo, and like whereas the other 2 I have like Finny as a safe switch, and so I'm not like too worried. But if he leads Torn, I don't really have like I don't really have a switcher because Finny doesn't want to lose its lefties. Same with Bulu, and like obviously I can't go hard Bulu or Volk on like potential Hurricane. So I hope he doesn't lead with Torn, but he does. So I just protect the Scout Ward if he has knockoff. He wills to have the knockoff, so I go for the Toxic on this turn because I want to chip this thing down. But unfortunately I miss, which is really huge because this turn, like, I need this thing to get chipped every time it switches in, which is pretty bad. But what can you do? Yeah, I think I protect again. No, I just take rocks. I couldn't afford going hard Lando here on the T wave, on the Heat wave, because I figured like if I get burned, that's fucked, and that Heat wave would put me in Z Hurricane range. So yeah, that's pretty bad. But I get on my Roxy, which is cool because it ships like everything pretty much. Puts stuff in range for Volk, obviously. Puts stuff in range for +1 Finny, +2 Finny, and obviously Lando. Like nothing on his team can chew a Z edge from Lando here. If he like, I can chew a Z edge from Lando if he like with rocks up. Obviously, if he doesn't get rid of them. So here I'm like in a tough spot. I want to go into Lando on a knock because then I'm out of range of the Z Hurricane, which is actually the play that I'm making here. But he doesn't knock off, which is kind of good, kind of bad, because now I get chipped and I am in range of a -1 ice shot from Memo, for example, as well as a Z Hurricane, but he doesn't know that I'm Z yet, so that's kind of clean for me too. I still want to scout for the HPIs or the Z Hurricane here, so I make the play back into go into zone, and now I go into Finny because like it choose anyone hit, and if he like U-turns out, I take some nice get some nice lefties back, and I am at full. He decides to U-turn out, which is like a risky play because if I rock slide or Stonage with the Scarf Lando, he's like in a pretty bad spot, especially if I get crit or a flinch respectively. But this thing is solid. Reach a Lele. I think I click protect first, but maybe I'm just like clicking. I just go hard Bulu because if this is a Calm Mind variant, I don't want to fuck with it. But he looks to be like max special attack, but not modest and not specs, which is nice. And I get back to 74. Bulu chewing those hits easy. I click the Toxic here because like it's super free. It fucks everything up. And if he goes Mandy or Taunt, which are the most likely switching, I'm just like nice chip. Now I protect here to see if he wants to defog. If he wants to defog, I can like leech on the next turn, which is actually the play I'm making. I go for the leech seed because now I live a Brave Bird easy, especially with leech seed and lefties recovery as well as aggressive terrain. Goes into Taunt. I click the leech, which helps me chip this down. Obviously, regenerate as a busted ability. So over the course of the game, I'm probably doing a total of like 200% Taunt, but obviously never dies because of fucking regen. But he U-turns here as I click the double leech, I think. No, I just go for the horn leech, predicting him to U-turn out, maybe into like I didn't even predict him to U-turn out. I figured he wanted to hard switch, potentially Mamoswine to fuck me with protect, obviously, which could be a play. And here I'm like I think I just attack again. No, I switch out into Finny, yeah, because I don't want to get knocked or something. I see actually fires off a Toxic, so very good on my end to go into Finny here. Didn't really see the Toxic coming. I figured it was like an unlikely move on a U-turn Mandy Bus because Toxic really doesn't fit on a Mandy that has to have Roost, that runs U-turn, that has to have Foul Play on knockoff, and probably has to have defog. But it looks like he didn't bring a defog Mandy Bus because like if he's not defog, he can't really beat Volcarona, especially if he's U-turn over Brave Bird. So I see where Toxic is coming from. But here I can just fire off the Moonblast. He doesn't have speed on Mandy, so I outspeed and bop it with the blast. So that's clear. here, like, I have the suspicion that this Lele is like Scarf, so I just click Protect on this turn. I see it doubles out into Taunt, trying to see if I want to go hard Bulu. But I just like stay and click Protect, which is a nice tech for those turns. Like Protect is super nice. It's a really underrated move in my opinion because you can like easily scout for doubles. You can scout for potential Scarfers, and you pretty much make the next turn kind of a 50-50 unless your opponent has like a super free play, which versus my team he doesn't really. Yes, he can free click Psychic, but I can go hard Bulu, I can go hard Scissors, so it's not really that free of a play because if I go hard Bulu, something gets toxic or leeched, which can really fuck him up. So I go into Lando here, and like if this is a V max attack, like a max special attack, I know he's max special attack at this point because of the heat wave damage on Zonger and Lando. Like if this is not Z, I live a Hurricane, and if he switches out, I pretty much I'm guaranteed to get a kill unless he goes like hard Celt on an edge. But yeah, like overall his play probably is to attack here or like go hard into Memo, which covers like Rock Polish Lander as well as a Scarf Stone Edge. But if he goes Z Hurricane and bobs me, that's not the end of the world because like Lander SD is pretty much useless versus 4 special attackers and Memo. So as well as like 5 monsters that outspeed probably, besides maybe Memo, but Memo can like ice me obviously. And like if he goes for the Z Hurricane here, that frees up Finny a lot because Hurricane does only like 40 to Finny, but Z Hurricane does does up to 70. So if I want Finny to deal with this taunt, I need the Z Hurricane burned, and he actually goes for the Z Fly. I wasn't sure, like I really considered him like being potentially AV, but AV no bulk, which actually would have been a set versus me, unless I'm running like Specs Volk or something. But yeah, getting rid of the Z is pretty nice for me. I can just click Carmine here, as he actually goes hard later. So Moonblast here probably was my play, because of like 2-hit KO'd Taunt from the range it was at, 2-hit KO'd Celt, 2-hit KO'd Zam, I'm pretty sure, and like did some pretty hot damage to Lele and Memo as well. But I'm like, yeah, let me click with Carmine because if he goes like, if he stays in to knock or something, I can pretty much abuse this turn for free CM. But I don't want to take chip because I still need Finny to shoot a hit from Thorn, and I can go into into Bulu here. Yeah, he gets Terrain back, which is kind of annoying because like I want to think chip, but I got a free as Horn Leech here on this next turn as well. As he goes into Mammoth, so I'm probably predicting Toxic or Leech, but I'm just clicking Horn Leech because to an uninvested Taunt, Horn Leech does like 33-ish%, so it would have shipped him down very nicely. So I just clicked the Leech, and yeah, Mammoth one goes down, which is great for me because like my team really was weak to the Mammo. Yeah, I think I go for the Horn Leech. No, I go for the Toxic on the Taunt. I'm just fuck it. Yeah, he probably won't click Hurricane with like Finny around. He wants to like knock off the lefties, which is his most likely play. And I still like I need this Taunt to be Toxic so it gets shipped a little bit more. So Toxic is like probably my best play because I also live a Hurricane from full easily. That's like 85 max or something to max the def Bulu. So yeah, it's on now on timer here with the Toxic. I actually click on Leech Seed on this turn. Don't give a fuck. As you see, he clicks knock again trying to catch the Fiddy, but I'm like kind of power predicting him here, knowing that I'm always out of range of a Hurricane. I was able to play this turn kind of aggressively and like taking the calculated risk of him clicking Hurricane. Now there's Lele, so I just click Horn Leech on the predicted switch. Here probably was his turn to like click Hurricane, but with Leech Seed, with Toxic, with me out of range of Hurricane, a switch was most likely. So another calculated risk that I take here, and yeah, Fini takes a nice shit. I go for the Psychic here. I go into Sis to shoot at. That's 42%. I get Bullet Punch, but I obviously can't hit him here with the Bullet Punch. So I can just get Goose, but he gets a crit with Death Drop, which pretty much forces me to go back into Bulu or into Finny on the next Psychic. I'm kind of unfortunate, but it's all good. I'm still out of range of another Psychic from Lele and shit like that. So Bulu comes in, pretty much claiming another one, even though if like goes Torn, I get so much recovery back that I'm out of range of the Hurricane again. I can easily click Toxic because he doesn't gain anything by switching out again, and like it gets lower and lower. Now he clicks Hurricane. On this next turn, I was tempted to just attack or sack my scissor, but I figured like I can live with Fini getting knocked off on this turn or getting hit with the hurricane, because if he hurricanes me, I take like 40 and I get lefties back on at least one more turn, maybe two if I want to click protect on whatever comes in. So I would be at like 72% if he gets a max roll. So Fini, my safest play overall, and he actually misses the hurricane, which is really unfortunate, but it kind of probably makes up for the for the Spadef crit on Scissor, because Scissor was like pretty much getting back to full, as well as the toxic miss turn 2 on, or turn 1 on the taunt. So like kind of makes up for it, but it's annoying because Fini chipped could free up like a Specs Kelly or a little bit better or something. But here goes into Zam. He like made a mistake and made his trace before Mega Evolving. Not a big deal. It hurts him more than it hurts me, but it won't come into play that he took the 4% from rocks. I go into my Scissor here, knowing that I'd easily take a Psychic. Don't want to let Bulu get too chipped, because Bulu just wins. I click Bullet Punch here. Had he gone into Lele, it wouldn't be a big deal, because like the Rockster would have been nice, and I could have like just go hard Fini on a predicted HP fire there. So not a big deal. I chip Alakazam down, and I can bring in Scarf Walk and click U-turn here. I click U-turn like instantly, and this turn literally took like maybe 5 seconds, because he instantly clicks Keldeo. I'm like, yeah, if he thinks I'm Quiver variant, this has to be Scarf Kel, and his only play to his only way to to like beat a Quiverland's Keldeo, Quiverland's Volk at this point is by going hard Keldeo. So that's pretty clean. Here I can like just U-turn out into Bulu and click the Hornage. If he's HP Poison, I live it, guaranteed. Just like 70 max, 75 if he's modest, or 77 if he's modest. So freest Hornage of my life. If he's like HP Poison, yes, he does a lot, but I recover like 50 or 60% back with Grass Terrain and Hornleaf, so it's like really not too big of a deal for me if he hits me there. I think his play here is to go for the crit HP Poison, because otherwise he really can't win, and if he removes Bulu, he has a chance to win, at least with like Psychic Spam left, even though like Scarf Bug Buzz potentially like wins at this point if he's like unless he's like a fat calm and recover Zam. So gotta consider that, but overall like I could go back into Vault and just kill something with Giga Drain, which would have been a play and guaranteed me the win. But if he's like wild and goes for like a Hydra or something, or pulls a double into Lele, which probably was his most obvious sack, I like pretty much put him in a better spot, because he could have just get the terrain up, go into Keldeo to scare my Volk out, double into Zam, and then claim one or potentially two, or get potentially a Carmine off, which I really didn't want to have or recover off. So I decided to stay in. He goes for the HP Poison on this turn. HP Poison, a crit does 104% max, does 88 to 104. Gets a crit and high roll to knock me out, but I can go into Vault here, click Giga Drain to get a kill. Sacks Lele, only play shuffling up the terrain. Giga Drain in terrain actually bobs Keldeo at the range it was at. He goes into Zam, which actually was his play. Like Keldeo didn't give him anything other than like me getting scared out with Fini, but on Zam I could have just gone hard into Vault with like on a potential double. I could have just after he went like Kel and I went Fini. Had he doubled into Zam, I could have just gone hard Vault, because he live any hit and miss the terrain, and then like bop him with the Bug Buzz and then win with Fini. But here his play is to like try to get a recover off or like try to kill me in terrain with a side shot. But I'm Scarf and click the Giga Drain. And now if this is Scarf, I'm guaranteed I'm guaranteed winning this game, because he has to lock himself into Stone Edge or Hydro Pump to knock me out. And now Fini comes in and just clicks Moonblast twice to win this game. He will miss a Stone Edge for good measure here on the last turn, but it like didn't matter. Stone Edge like 16 to me, so very very fun game, very close game, very good game. GG to MelonTosh. Tornadus T is actually the fucking menace versus my team. So I like had to really play out of my mind versus this. Like with Bulu, I had to stunt a little and like try to chip it down with Toxic and rocks and shit. And him not having defog actually like probably won me the game, because I was able to chip down Torn and at least have it at 75% every time it switches in. But overall, like a really fun game that had some nice plays on both ends. Some plays on my part just worked out better. I was able to take some calculated risk with Bulu that put me in a pretty advantageous position. Is that a word? I think so. But anyway, we're 3-0 now. MelonTosh drops to 2-1, so we got a one game lead in our division, which is actually pretty big for playoff seeding, obviously. Yeah, and then like we will play MelonTosh again in like week 7, 8, or 9. I think that's the weeks where we got divisional rematches. But yeah, we burn that bridge when we get to it. Overall, I think I played this one really well. I think I prepped super well. I think Melon was like kind of pressed for time, so I probably didn't put as much effort into this team as he wanted, but it still was a very solid team that actually put in quite some work and had like pretty much answers for everything on my squad, depending on like plays he would make. But overall, I'm glad I prevailed and Finny coming in clutch to close off this game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like in the comment if you did. And I catch you in week 4 where we will face Nova, who's not in our division, not in our conference, just like a regular season game, but definitely should be a fun one. He's like a super threatening squad, but you would see that in a week or so. I don't know, whenever I put this out. But thank you guys for watching, and I catch you in the next one. See ya.